Alright, look, you know I gotta do one video. I got to. Because this is ridiculous. Now, granted, crazy things are going on. And these people are, it's all power trip. Whether it's the Republicans or the Democrats, this is all power trip. This is, the old who can piss the furthest, who can swallow the most spit thing. Alright? Now, let's say that let's say that General Soleimani, whatever his name was, his name is now in the fires of hell. That's what his name is. But let's say his top advisor calls Donald Trump and says, look, I need a house in the Hamptons and $20 million, and I'll tell you about this attack we're about to do. Do you think that our president should tell the Democrats, because they want, as soon as the name of the whistleblower came out, it was in every newspaper. So why would they trust that anyone could keep this person a secret? And even giving them, that if they give the specific information, then the people over there are going to know exactly who gave us the information. But here's what I do know. That for 22 years, this man has been killing innocent people. I mean, not innocent, but civilian people. That's what I know. I know that he was an enemy of Israel, of the Elohim vote, and civilized people around the world. I know he was a murderer. I know that in response to him being killed, Iran shot down a passenger jet full of people going home with children, and I know that. So, please, if you pray for Donald Trump. I'm not saying that we need to go wipe out Iran. Although, I ain't gonna lie to you. I say that because we need to fill some space. Many times have I said that if I had the chance, I would eliminate it. Because I was ignorant. But when you turn on the TV and you see 1 million Iranians screaming death to America, well, it's a problem for me. I do not need someone that I never met hating me for no reason other than I live here. Trust me, I don't want to live here either. But watch this dude spaz out like a little kid having a temper tantrum like I did.
Attitude that they reflected, both with regard to the underlying facts on Friday's attack, and especially as they relate moving forward to any subsequent attack that we might undertake on Iran. That's antithetical to the Constitution, and it's not something that we can countenance. We repeatedly asked them, under what circumstances would you need to come back to us to get authority from Congress before taking an action against Iran? For example, what if you decided that you wanted to take out the Supreme Leader? Would you, in that circumstance, need to come back to Congress for a declaration of war or an authorization for the use of military force? Astoundingly, they refused to answer that question. I find that simply unacceptable.
Now, hold on. Do you think that if it became necessary for our president to take out anybody and he went to those people right now to ask for permission, do you think for 1 second that they wouldn't tie it up in some kind of committee and have a vote and all the other mess, and by that time grievous harm could befall us or our allies or Israel or in a passenger plane flying home while they're voting? Look, I don't know. There's nothing I can do about this, but you guys can. Okay? I do not like Donald Trump. He is not a good human being. But he's the leader we need right now. I'm not saying he's a Christian because I don't believe that for 1 second. But Ahab was a wicked man. God gave him the kingdom. So, I see these. Now, there seems to be an issue with what I said in regard to rich Christians. Let me explain that. In the Word, now, sometimes I don't got it right now. Last month, I figure I made 500 and, I could look it up. I didn't make nothing. I made about $130 a week. That's about what I make. Period. So there's no possibility I'm gonna be able to pay my bills. So I'm going back to some roach infested, bug ridden room. I don't have a choice. There's bugs here, but and nothing like where I was living. So I got no choice. What I'm talking about are the Joel Osteens, Creflo Dollars, Benny Hinn's, etc., etc., etc. of the world. I'm talking about now. You know, I was thinking about the two, the brothers that were dealing with the Hell's Angels or the pagans for all that cocaine. What was their motivation? Money. What I'm saying is, these words came out of Jesus' mouth. It's in the Bible. It's in the scriptures. Look it up, please. When someone asks you for something, give it to them. If they ask you for your shirt, you give them your jacket also. If they ask you to carry their burden for a mile, carry it for 2 miles. That's what he said. Am I right or wrong? Still don't know what happened to that tooth. That's what Jesus said. Now, not all the time. But now right now, I don't know if I could do it, but if God told me to, of course I would. Absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt. He's done that before. But I don't judge whether they want it for crack or beer or a chicken sandwich. That's not what Jesus said. Jesus didn't say, don't give them money so that they can go buy crack. Jesus said, give it to them. Isn't that enough said? Isn't that all that needs to be said? But that's not what all that's about. You go ask Joel Osteen for $100. If you go ask him, and then line up. Let's say that man will give you each $100. Send me. I could use a couple hundred. My rent. It's not possible for me to pay it next month. And my electric bill. I got the cheapest phone bill they got. And all I got is Wi-Fi. Now, I do have Netflix. Canceling that because I can't pay it. And I got CBS All Access for $5.95 a month. My Hulu bill went up to $5.99. I can get rid of that. So, I watch YouTube until my eyes start bleeding. I have to have something on the TV. The noise in my ears, it's ringing constantly. It's called tinnitus. It's horrible. It's a nightmare. When it's really silent, that's when it's really bad. But if something's going on in the background, it doesn't really bother you. Oh, by the way, just want to let you know if something happens. There was somebody downstairs in the apartment. Extremely creepy. The hallway lights are out. It's pitch black. Got my flashlight. Walk. I get the dog to stop and I just listen because you can hear every creak in here. And I heard someone standing right by the door creaking. Now the lock is off the door completely and the door was shut. Nah. I was talking about the obviously wealthy Christians that were praying, laying hands. Do you think that, not for a second, Donald Trump is going to let some slob like me lay hands on him and pray for him? That's not how he works. No. He wants the elite to pray for him. Man, we are in trouble. Unless the whole world repents. You think we could do that? You think we could be as obedient as the Christians in China? Think you could live like that? Joyce Myers, I seen your house. Is ridiculous. It's outrageous. You could build a compound there and house 1,000 people. The money you have, you could feed them 3 times a day. But you know that's your reward, right? That's what the word says. The rich man asked Lazarus for a drop of cool water. Anyway, I am upset about something. If you're alone, I'm as alone as you are, trust me. There is no more church for me. Can't go back anywhere. I'm not accepted. I never will be. I have to face the fact. I thought, well, they know I'm a weirdo. I told these men my deepest sins. Tired there. Thought I was accepted. I thought I was part of the family. Weirdly accepted. You know what I mean? Like the crazy uncle. Nope. I noticed it a little while ago. Kids started looking at me weird, not talking to me. Yep, that was the first sign. So I thought, I'm just a weirdo. But the truth is so much more horrible. If I had the guts, I would kill myself right now. If I could prove that God didn't exist and that we just extinguished, I would jump right through that window with a rope around my neck. Unfortunately for that idea, God exists. If you don't know Jesus Christ as your Savior, you better find out. I'm not going to try to lead you to Him, but you better find out. Joel 2:32.